Welcome back to Stashbusting. I am on a yarn buying ban until my birthday on the 24th of September, where I'm gonna go crazy. I'm trying to use up as much yarn as possible before then, which is what this video is all about. Make sure you check out the past few months' videos if you want to see where it all began. Basically, I'm going to show you as soon as I finish a project, we're going to weigh up the yarn together and see how low we can get the total amount of yarn in my stash. Now, if you watched last month's installment of these videos, you would know that I got very sick at the very end of August. And today is the 9th of September, and I haven't started this video yet because I've been so ill. You might still be able to hear it a little bit in my voice, and also I am constantly winded from just talking. So, bear with me. The silver lining of being sick is that I have had a lot of time horizontally with nothing better to do than crochet. We left off in August with 9,814 grams of yarn left in the stash. And this month we are going to get as low as we can before my birthday. Now I'm gonna order yarn on my birthday, but it's not until the 24th. So the yarn isn't gonna arrive until the end of the month anyway. We're still doing a full month of stash busting. So first order of business, I'm gonna show you what I've already made. Last month I finished my first knit sweater and I had so much yarn left, so I decided to make a scarf. This is just a V-stitch scarf. I double-stranded the yarn so the colors in this are really like mixed up and it looks almost kind of scrappy, which I really like. And it was just the perfect like mindless project. It's double crochet V-stitch, it's back and forth, it was lovely. It was just what I needed, really. And to make this scarf, I used 289 grams of yarn. So, double stranding was a good idea. 289 is like almost 2.5 skeins or cakes of this yarn. Which, by the way, is the Hobby Tea Time, and this is the color Chamomile. So I made that and I finished it in a couple days. And then I decided to keep using that yarn because I don't have anything else planned for it. It's basically leftover yarn, just in copious amounts. So I decided to make some matching mittens. And I'll leave the pattern I used for this linked down below. It was a great pattern. It had sizes from like infant to adult large, I think. I made the adult medium. But they're just like super nice, basic mittens. It was really fun to make. The pattern called it like an extended single crochet, I think it was called, which was basically when you go to make a single crochet, you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, but instead of doing yarn over, pull through 2, you do yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through the last one. So kind of like a mix between a single and a double crochet almost. And it made this like really nice texture to the stitches. Would not mind making more of these. The mittens and the scarf are both going to go up for sale, I think. But the mittens used 50 grams of that yarn. So it's basically a one skein project, which is also pretty nice. And with those two projects done, our new total is 9,475 grams of yarn. And now I have to come clean. Not really, just stay with me. I got a custom order for 9 bandanas. And I had almost none of the colors. And most of those 9 bandanas are multicolored. So I had to buy a lot of yarn. Which is unfortunate, but also it's a custom order. What the heck am I supposed to do? You know? I said from episode 1 of this series that custom orders, they have to happen. I have to order yarn for that. What am I supposed to do? Like say, yeah, I can make it for you, but can you like wait 24 days? No. So I did end up placing quite a large order of yarn, and also bandanas are small, so I'm gonna end up with a lot of leftovers from that. So it's a little unfortunate in this stash busting sense, I guess. Now, I ordered the yarn a couple days ago, and obviously it's not here yet. It's still gonna take maybe like a week. I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit before it gets here. So I guess I'm gonna just try to get as much crocheted as I can in that time. But I guess the confession part of it is I did order 2 skeins, 2 singular skeins for myself. But hear me out, okay? 1 skein is for a project that I have been working on forever, and then I will be able to finish that project and take more yarn off the total than I am adding by buying that 1 skein. The same is true for the second skein. That's not quite as long term of a project, but by using that, I can also take off more yarn than I will be adding by buying it. And I get to finish 2 projects, which is going to be great. It's sort of against the rules, but also it's going to end up benefiting me in the long run anyway. But I am going to go and I'm going to update you whenever I have anything else made. See you then. Well, that didn't take a week. It is the 11th today, and it's already here. So let's open her up and see what we got. We'll start with what I got for myself. I got 8mm fixed circular needles with a 40cm or 16-inch. What is it called? Cable. I am hoping to knit a beanie using these. The 2 skeins of yarn that I got for myself are Friends Cotton 88 in 03, which is oat milk, and that is to finish a tote bag I'm working on, and Rainbow 88 in the color 8, but this one is for a different project that I'm making for someone I know. And they have been waiting for a long time, so I need to get on that. The rest of this is all the yarn for the custom bandanas. First of all, I have a bunch of Friends Cotton 84. This is the color 63, 82. The lighting isn't the best in here, but hopefully you'll be able to see it okay. 38, this one I remember is called Bubblegum. And 89. 93, 87, 56, 41, 67, 106, 85, 12, and 96, 36, and 69. And that's all of them. Yikes, that's a lot of yarn. But I should probably get started on these bandanas right away. So let's do that. I just added up 17 skeins times 50. So yeah, we're adding 850 grams of yarn. That's a lot. Hey friends, it is the 12th of September and I got a ton of crocheting done yesterday. I went straight to work with the custom orders. So I made this one, which used 18 grams of yarn, this one, which also used 18 grams, and this one, which used 16 grams. I have a lot more bandanas to go for that custom order, but with adding the 850 grams of yarn from that yarn haul and taking off what was used for these ones, the total is now sitting at 10,273 grams of yarn. And also, I want to let you know that I goofed. I bought that, the oat milk skein of yarn that I bought is the wrong yarn. I was supposed to buy a rainbow cotton in the color nude. So I don't know why I didn't check that. Here we are. Now I have 1 extra skein of yarn that doesn't have a place. Oops. But regardless, I will see you next time I have some bandanas to show you. Hello friends, it's the next day, the 13th of September, and I finished 2 more bandanas yesterday. This one with teal and Prussian blue, which used 20 grams, And this one with lilac and misty violet, which used 22 grams. And that means that right now our total is 10,231 grams. We're still at the same day, and I finished this one, which used 19 grams of yarn, and this one, which used 23 grams of yarn. Here is the final bandana I made for the custom order, and this one used 21 grams of yarn. And that means that we now have 10,168 grams of yarn left. So we can probably manage to get back under 10,000 this month, which is really good. Hey friends, I just got out of the shower, obviously. Ignore. It is the 14th of September today. 10 days until my birthday, exactly. Exciting. Yesterday evening, after I updated you last, and also more this morning, I worked on my first ever knit beanie. This is using the chunky knit beanie pattern from Passionate Kelsey. Although I did modify it a tiny bit because the pattern wants you to knit the tube. Before you close it up on the top, you're supposed to do 11.5 inches. But I kind of feel like that was too long, so I did 10.5. So I did 1 inch less than what the pattern said. And I think it looks so nice. I'm really proud of it. Obviously, it's not perfect. Knitting isn't my main fiber art. So this is just 1x1 ribbing. And you can see my tension is pretty irregular. So it's not the best, not the worst. I don't think I would want to sell this. I don't think it's good enough, honestly. Let me know if you think otherwise. This side looks better for some reason. Let me know if you do think this is good enough to sell, but I'm not really sure. This seems like more the type of thing I would give someone for Christmas or donate maybe. I guess I can try it on for you, even though my hair is wet. Ow, my piercing. There it is. It does look, I mean, it pushes my bangs into my eyeballs, but it's pretty nice. I do like it. And I am proud that I managed to knit a beanie. I'm not primarily a knitter, so I'm really proud that I managed to knit a whole hat. And it was super fast because it was double stranding worsted weight yarn. I think also that might be part of it because the yarn I used is, as you can see, again, the Hobby Tea Time in the chamomile color because I still have so much left. And it's a little bit irregular in the size of the yarn. Some places are like thicker or thinner than others. So I don't know if that might be affecting the way my stitches are looking and that they're kind of irregular. Or maybe I just don't have enough practice and I'm not that good at it. That's also very possible. All in all, I think it's good. And it's super squishy and this yarn is very warm, so very comfy. But I did weigh up my yarn. I double stranded, obviously. So I used the mostly used cake, which ended up looking like this now. And I opened up a fresh one. And yeah, apparently this hat only used 58 grams of yarn. I think that sounds very weird, but that's what the scale is saying. So who am I to argue? I still have one completely full skein. And you know, this ball and this cake together is almost a full skein. Am I ever gonna get rid of this yarn? That's what I want to know. But I've put in a good effort and I've given it my best shot, so I might be looking to move on to something else now. I mean, in theory, I could knit an entire second sweater, actually, because I just used like 1.5 cakes, didn't I? But then again, I don't want to do that. Let me know if you have any ideas of what I could do with, what, 386 grams of worsted weight acrylic. I'm not gonna update the total yet, because it is only like 4 p.m. I have the rest of the day. It's Sunday. I want to do some crocheting. I'm gonna update you later with what I managed to finish. The goal is to just finish off a project, which is almost done. So I should be able to do that today and then just give you the new updated total, which if I do this correctly, if my math is mathing, should actually bring us back under 10,000, which would be cool. So let's get on with it, shall we? Oh, hi. It is the 15th. I did finish my project yesterday using Rainbow 88 cotton in the color 8 dark brown. I was asked not to share the project on social media, so sorry, but I finished it. And I ended up using 161 grams of the dark brown altogether. Because I bought 150 grams to make the project, ran out, then I bought one more skein. So altogether, I used 161 grams. And you know what that means? That means that we currently have 9,949 grams of yarn. So we made it back under 10,000, which is grand. And we have 9 days until my birthday when I order yarn. But again, it's probably not going to show up until the end of the month, which is 16 days away. We better get on it, huh? I don't really have any specific projects in mind that I want to do right now. I'll figure something out. I will see you later. Hey there, friends. It is the 16th of September and I have finished a book sleeve. And I finished all of the yarn exactly just as I was coming up to the top of the book. Fantastic. But this used 64 grams of yarn. Ooh, what is happening? I'm growing my hair back out and I feel like we're getting to the awkward territory. Anyway, hello, it is the 19th of September. Yesterday I finished this here checkered book sleeve with a tie on it, and this used exactly one skein of each color, so 100 grams on this one. And then I made this. It was supposed to be a book sleeve, but I ran out of the blue color, but luckily it perfectly fits a Kindle, so Kindle sleeve. And this one used 39 grams of yarn. And that means we now have 9,746 grams of yarn. We're doing pretty good if you ask me. Oh, hi. It is the 24th of September. It is my birthday. I'm 26. I'm officially closer to 30 than I am to 20. So I wanted to update you. Yesterday, I took some of the leftover yarn after I made those custom bandanas and I wanted to make some coasters, and I ended up double stranding the yarn to make these guys. So we have two of them that are the dark center and then lighter on the outside, and then two of them that are the opposite. And I think this turned out pretty freaking cute. It's a nice like 4-piece set, and by double stranding the fingering weight yarn, it's thicker, but it's still kind of flowy, which I like because I feel like it's easy to get it like super stiff when you're using thicker cotton, and in some cases that's a good thing, but for coasters I don't think they need to be. It wouldn't be a problem if these were stiff, actually, but I think it's nice that they're not. So I made these. The darker color is 85 Sapphire and the lighter color is 93 Lapis Blue, both Hobby Friends 84 cotton. So I ended up using 21 grams of the dark blue and 22 of the light blue for a total of 43 grams of yarn, which is a lot for 4 coasters. but I did double strand, so it's basically double what it would be. And that means we now have 9,418 grams of yarn. It hasn't been this low in a while. I have been fucking trucking along this month, and it's really fun, and I'm having a great time. I did place my yarn order today already. It's about like 2 o'clock right now. I did place my yarn order, and one of the main reasons I waited until my actual birthday to place the order was because the last 2 years I've gotten a 10% discount code as like a birthday present or whatever from Hobby. Didn't get that this year. So they changed their whole website platform thing a while back, and everything is worse now. But regardless, I did order my yarn. I'm very excited about it. So that's the current update, and I'll let you know if I make anything else. I'm going out to dinner pretty soon, then I'll just be chilling at home later. So I'll see you when I see you, when I finish crocheting something else. Hello? Is this thing on? I got a microphone for my birthday. I don't know how to use it, so bear with me for a second. Hopefully this sounds okay. Yesterday, while I was at my mom's for my birthday dinner celebration, I made some more coasters. These are the Sun Something coasters from TL Yarn Crafts, and I made 2 in this lighter purple and 2 in this eggplant color. So I made those yesterday, and then today I finished off the set with these multicolored ones. Really cute yarn. It has a little fleck of pink in there and some purple and white. Very nice. So I think that's a nice 6-piece set. And that ended up using a total of 47 grams divided on the 6 coasters. I did double strand the yarn for that as well. And then today I decided I needed a tiny basket for my business cards. So I made this. It is not as tiny as I thought, or I thought I had a billion business cards. Either or. This is what it ended up looking like. This is folded over this edge here. And this is using Sandnes Garn Tykk Line, which is like a linen blend yarn. Turned out good enough, if you ask me. And that used 47 grams of yarn. So I did that earlier today, and then this evening I have been using up some blue scrap yarn to make this guy, which is just a little basket thing. And I have some chain spaces up at the top, and I'm thinking I'm gonna thread some blue ribbon through there. And the plan is to use this as a gift bag for Christmas instead of wrapping with paper that you throw away 2 seconds later. So these can be reused, and I have a lot of yarn, so why not? So that's what this is for. I did make it with double crochets, which was maybe a mistake, because if you really try, you can definitely see inside of it, which kind of defeats the purpose, but also we're all adults, aren't we? It'll be fine. But yeah, there's that. And that actually ended up using 103 grams of yarn. I again double stranded, so that's fantastic. And that means that our current total is 9,213 grams of yarn. It has again still not been that low in a long time. So that's all I have for you right now. Hopefully the audio was okay. I'm gonna work on it. And the month is not over yet, so I will see you next time I finish something else. Hi friends, it is the 30th of September today. So last day, and I sure put in the work. On Saturday, I had a birthday party. Today is Tuesday, and on my birthday party, a friend of mine bought the entire set of hat, scarf, and mittens that I made using this yarn. So I decided to make more. So I made this beanie. It looks pretty much exactly the same as the other one, except I used 61 grams of yarn, which is a little bit more than last time because I made it just a smidge longer. Other than that, it's pretty much the exact same. And I made that first so that with the rest of the yarn, I could just keep going with the scarf until I ran out. And that's what I did. So now I have a very long scarf. This is the same as last time, the V-stitch scarf. Both of these are patterns from Passionate Kelsey. And this used 318 grams. The rest of it. The rest of this yarn. I don't have any more of this yarn anymore. And I love that for me. I literally had like this much left just to weave in, and that was it. Fantastic news. Hello. Editing Helena here, and I just completely forgot to even mention the fact that I made an entire spiderweb top shirt thing. Whoops. I think I finished it on the 19th, and it used 284 grams of yarn. And so, with that said and done, that obviously used a chunk of yarn. We have now actually made it to 8,827 grams of yarn, which is wild, absolutely wild. So, to do the math here, we started the month with 9,814 grams, then we added 850 grams, and we ended on 8,827, which means that in September I have used 1,837 grams of yarn. That is insane. I don't really know how I did that, but I've been crocheting a lot, I guess. Also, those two scarves helped a lot with that. But yeah, that's fantastic. I am more than happy with that. And I just checked the first installment of this round of stash busting, I guess, and I started with 11,253. So when you consider that I had a yarn haul both this month and in July, was it? That's pretty freaking good. I am very happy with that. And I also just checked the first round of stash busting that I did, and I don't think I have been this low in my amount of yarn or grams of yarn since quite literally January. No, December. Oh, I started the last stash busting journey in December, and I had 8,039 grams and then immediately had a yarn haul. That's insane. Anyways, I am extremely pleased with how far down we managed to get the stash, and I am very much looking forward to picking up my yarn in a couple of days and boosting it right back up. Thank you so much for watching this video and for keeping up with the stash busting series as a whole. Leave me a comment with anything else that you'd like to see from me. I will keep posting videos, just not specifically stash busting related. And I will see you next time, probably for a yarn haul. Bye!